Hey y'all, welcome back to Sunflowers and DIYing. So I am part of a playlist. We will talk more about that in just a minute. First, we're gonna get started on DIY number one. So I got these a while back around Valentine's, I do believe, and they are the barn shaped houses type things for the that you can take apart, and taking this frame off is really easy. I thought it'd be better to take off the frame up here, the dimension here, than to try and take off that paper. I already started and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be too much work. So I just went ahead and just took my knife or my spatula thingy and just went up and just very carefully and just kept popping it. So this is secured in by little super duper tiny nails. And then I gave that a good sanding. I gave the back a good sanding. And then I do end up staining the little frame piece here in a minute. You'll see that. But first, we're going to take some of this paper and I'm going to trace it to be able to cut it out and cover up this pink part. I thought this would be better than, like I said, painting it. You know, sometimes when you paint something, it can bubble up and just cause more of a problem when there's something already there. And then with this having a film on it, I just thought it'd be just best just to cover it up with some scrap paper that I had. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then also I am just going to use some Elmer's glue instead of using actual wood glue, like glue instead of regular liquid glue or Mod Podge even, just to keep the wrinkles to a minimum and to make it look nice on both sides. So whatever way they're looking at it, you'll be able to see it, that it looks cute. So now I'm just going to go ahead and just smooth that out. I do wish that it didn't make a difference, but I think that would have been a little easier and I wouldn't feel like I had to be careful. But to go ahead and paint the edge the color that you wanted to paint that. But that's okay. It worked out. It still turned out really cute. And like I said, it did not make no difference whether I did it before or after because I was very careful and I didn't get the paint on it. So it could happen either way. So now I'm going to take this moss from Waverly Chalk Paint and I'm going to pour out some on this plate. And then I'm also going to add some white to it just to help tone it down, to give me more like the celery color instead of the darker moss. But you don't have to do this. I don't know. I just wanted to do a lighter color. I was gonna use this, but this one's really struggling, so I need to just be done with it. But I really do like it. I need to try and get some more distilled water in it and shake it up a bit to be able to use it. So I just went ahead and used the apple barrel paint and just dipped it in there, squirt a few squirts in it, mixed it around, and then added it all the way to the end, all around the entire edge. You'll see that I just did the edge. I did not do any other colors. So now I'm gonna go back in with this and not antique wax. Oh, what are you? Apple barrel. The apple barrel in white, and I'm gonna give it 2 good coats. So I dry in between each coat to allow me to have a good coverage. So now I just, like I said, I just showed you that I had sanded that to give it a smooth surface. Now I'm going to take the antique wax and I give this at least 2 good coats. And I also take my heat gun and dry in between each coat as well to ensure and make sure that I get that coverage that I wanted. Now I'm also going to take my Mod Podge and I'm going to give it a good thin layer of Mod Podge. I dry it and then I add another thin layer of Mod Podge, and I'm gonna go and definitely do all of the edges, really get those edges, make sure you're really getting those nicely. And at this time I do have my iron on because I'm gonna use that method. I just feel like with flat projects it works really well, and if you can help it, I definitely recommend doing that one instead of actually Mod Podging, because sometimes the liquid Mod Podges can really mess up your project, and I did not want any wrinkles. I didn't want anything in this farmhouse or not. I just want it really nice and clean. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just getting the edges super well. You want to make sure you're getting them super well. And then I do take the heat gun to it, dry it really well, and then I will set that aside, let it cool down, take this tissue paper that was gifted to me, and I'm going to open it up, and I do cut me out a strip of that, and then I will apply that here in just a minute. So if you've not worked with tissue paper, it is super, super thin, just like napkins, paper napkins. They're super thin. So you just want to be very careful. Try to find the best method that works for you. Um, Mod Podge may not be the one that you always want to use. You can totally use glue. You can just use different things like glue sticks, things like that. Just keep experimenting with it and just have fun. So reason why I didn't mind getting it away from that corner there of the top of the roof part is because that's going to be covered with my roofing piece that's going to go back on. So that did not matter to me that it did not get covered, and that's fine. So I just really wanted to get some really beautiful sunflower full pieces to come through. And you're just going to take your iron and you're just going to carefully keep going over it a few times. And in some areas, I just let it set for just a second and then I'd move it around again, let it set, and I just kept doing that over and over. Now I'm going to take my scissors, I'm going to trim off the excess, and then just to be able to work with it a lot easier so I can sand it. Sanding is definitely so simple, it's so easy to do. It's actually the best method that I have seen that works for me. It just gives it a really nice clean edge. So now I'm going to take some hot glue here and just going to adhere it to the roof piece, and then I'm just going to carefully lay it down and make sure that it's all lined up, and then just mush it down in there. And then I think it turned out so cute. Y'all, let me know what you think about this DIY. It is so much fun. I love it. And I love this tissue paper. It's so gorgeous. I didn't find this at my Dollar Tree, but like I said, it was gifted to me, and it is so cute. Now I'm going to take this popsicle stick just to add a little bit of extra dimensionness and cuteness there. I started with I used my little shear cutters, miter shears, I think. And I did the 45-degree angle. Obviously that was way too big. You'll see that in just a minute. That was way too much that I cut off. And I'm like, oh man. And so I was like, okay, well, let's try the other end. Maybe that will help balance it out. No, it was not. And I definitely had to redo it. And that's okay. Here in just a minute, I'll show you. I ended up using, these are numbered by degrees. So I ended up using the 120 degree on it, and it worked much better. It was like the perfect fit. So I just started playing around with it, and I was like, okay, that works. And so then here's me showing you that I used the 120 degree, and I just cut two of those, one for each side there. And then I gave it a good staining. I actually used this antique wax, like, I don't know, I dried it probably about 3 or 4 times. I really wanted it to match the roofing part so that they were cohesive and just looked really well, like it was meant to be. And then I went around and touched up the edges to give it a distressing to it, and I think it turned out really cute, and this was so much fun to do. And then after I get the other piece glued on, I end up going back over with it, and that really seemed to work and turned out really good. And so, like I said, so what you do is you just dip it into your paint that you want, and then you're going to dab a little bit onto the napkin or wipe whatever you have near, and then just gently go upwards and along the edge, and it gives you like the perfect, dimension there. And I feel like that really did. It really brought out the frame of that bottom piece there. And this is just me touching up the edging area, like the roofing, to make sure that it all blends together and looks really nice there. So like I said before, and then I'm just going to use the hot glue to adhere the divider piece in there, and that's it for this one. Excuse me. So like I said before, this is a playlist, y'all. I was so excited to be able to be a part of this. It is hosted by 6 kids and a glue gun, and then the co-host is Crafty Hints and Rustic and Lace DIY. It was Farmhouse decor. It turned out so cute. It's so much fun. Thank you, ladies, for hosting such a fun playlist. I have enjoyed this playlist, being a part of it, and just any playlist. They're all fun. So again, the host is Amanda from Six Kids and a Glue Gun. Co-host is the Crafty Hints and also Rustic Lace and DIY. Don't forget to check out their channels. I will have theirs in the description box below, along with the playlist. Don't forget to check them out. I know you're going to be inspired with a bunch of different inspiration with Farmhouse. So don't forget to check out that playlist. I will have that in my description box as well. So here, this is just one of those little stand-up picture frame clip things from the Dollar Tree that I've had in my stash for a bit. And I'm just going to take that moss paint that I mixed up in things. I'm just going to use that. And then this brush is wet from me rinsing it out. And so it is just kind of going on there very lightly. And I actually was loving that. I loved how it gave it like a water brushed effect. So distressed like almost. I don't know. I think it turned out really cute about that. And I love that you can change it up. So you're changing the paint color, but then you can also change up the actual design or the actual image that you put under that clipboard. And I thought that was really cute. So I'm just going to keep going over it, and then I go over the edges as well to make sure that it gets all cohesive and nice. So this is the 2023 Farmers Market calendar, and I believe my mom found this for me, so I wasn't able to find them. And then I just cut out the sunflower one, which is so cute. It fit perfect with my theme. And then I'm just going to trim it up, all the edges there, and then I just add it to the frame. And y'all, I do make a bow. And I do slow that bow down so that you can be able to watch it very carefully. So you may just miss it if you are, if you blink. So be careful. So I'm just trimming this up, and if you are coming from the playlist, welcome. I am Sarah. This is Sunflowers and DIYing. Welcome to my family of sunflowers. Here I create budget-friendly DIYs, and that I use a lot of sunflower DIYs as well, and I just love that. That's my inspiration, and I just love that I can bring that to y'all, and then you guys hopefully get inspired as well. So first you're going to make like a finger loop, and then you're going to loop that around over it, and then you're going to twist that, and then you're going to take your finger, and it's like you made another loop, and you push it through the loop that you just made, and then just going to pull it tight. So like I said, you may have to slow it down, you may have to pause it in between and do it if you're trying to pay attention on how to do this. I didn't speed this up at all. This is real time here. So you just, I hope that this helps you if you have problems with making a bow. So then I'm just going to fluff, tighten, fluff, and tighten. And that's what really gives you the great bow. And then I end up dovetailing them. You don't have to dovetail, but you do want to either cinch them with the fire, or you want to angle them and give them a little cinch because they do fray. It's a Dollar Tree ribbon. It frays, but any ribbon really does. So you definitely want to make sure that you give something to the end that it doesn't fray. I end up doing the dovetail and fraying at the end, at the bottom, because I wanted to really ensure that it wasn't going anywhere. So again, you're just going to tighten, fluff, and then tighten again, and then just fluff. And that gives you a really cute, simple bow. Now, the bows that are single-sided like this one, it can be more difficult to tie into a bow. So that's why I wanted to slow it down and make sure that you really got to see that bow. And I hope that was very helpful to you. And so I'm just going to take some hot glue, and I'm going to attach it with a dab of hot glue to the top of that clipboard. I don't even know what you call this. I should have looked at it. Maybe a picture frame? I don't know. So just continuing to fluff. You can't have enough fluffing. And then I'm just going to attach it with some hot glue. So then after I do that, we're going to move on to DIY number 2, which y'all don't forget to let me know in the description box which one is your favorite. Again, I can't decide. I really do love how they all turned out. I don't know if it's because of the combination of that beautiful green and the sunflowers or what it was. I don't know. I just love how they turned out. And so here's this one. Oh, we finally are getting the bow on. I didn't realize I kept all this in, so I do apologize about that. So if you're new here, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I truly would appreciate that. Thank you all, my supporters. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate you coming back and watching me. It means so much to me. So after I even get it on, I do some more fluffing just to make sure that it's fluffed enough, you know. So here's me taking the fire and singeing it a little bit to make sure, just to reinforce the frays are not going to happen. And then you want to do a gently singe, because it will singe the entire thing and ruin up your dovetail. All right, so I am upcycling this book stack, this faux book stack. I am also taking that same paint, giving it a real quick, like almost like a dry brush, but on the top of it, it did it differently. It gave it more of a streaky look, and I didn't really like that. So then I went over it after it dried and just kind of helped balance that out where it didn't look streaky. So here, I do apologize. I'm out of frame and you cannot see me. Oh man, I'm so sorry. So I am just doing a dry brush where that it looks distressed. Where I didn't do it, it looks distressed naturally. And I really loved how this was turning out. I think this is so cute and so fun that it naturally just dressed itself with the way I was painting it. And I just kept doing that on all the sides. Now I'm just going to handwrite. My handwriting, I don't really love it, but it gives it more character, and that's why I do it this way. So I am just handwriting out the words sunshine, sunflowers, and sun kisses. So I don't know, I made something up and just went with it. So, but you can totally change up to your own phrases, your own saying, your own fun things there. And this is just me, trying to find an eraser and all that fun stuff. So then I found my eraser, got it erased, and then redid that part. And that's the beauty about it. When you sketch it with your pencil, you can be able to erase it and fix your boo-boos. So I'm just doing that. And I do show the whole thing, me doing it. I want to make sure that you guys get it in, and I'm not skipping or I'm not going too fast. So this video is not very fast. It's not sped up very much. So yeah. So you just erase any of imperfections, and you will see here in a minute that I ended up erasing one of my letters like 4 times. And finally I was like, okay, well, obviously it's not going to do, so we're just going to leave it. And I did. So, and it's still really cute. It's still adorable. So now I'm taking this metallic marker, and I wanted to do black, but I couldn't find a black marker, so I just went ahead with this goldish copper like-ish. It's more like copper, like a rose gold copper, and I thought that'd be really cute. So I just went over it right quick, and then I do after I went over it, see, it's not the fanciest writing. It's simple, but yet I don't know, character it. So now I'm going to take it all through the edges, and I'm just going to give it some more extra dimension. And I only do it on the front side where that you're seeing it more. So let me know what you all think about this one. Again, I love them all. I'd love to know what you think, to let me know. So this is some ribbon from Walmart that I've had for a couple years now. And I'm just going to attach one strip of that and glue it at the bottom. Again, I do apologize. I'm out of frame again. I'm going to have to do better at that. I got out of frame a lot in this video. I guess I just kept moving my space area. Oh, I should have brought my water in here. Alright, and so I'm just going to dab it with some hot glue, and I just secure it down with just a little bit of hot glue. That's it. And then I'm going to add some twine. The twine is merely just for a little bit more, um, I know that you see the back isn't completed. I probably will go back over that and to make sure that that gets covered with that green as well. So not a big deal. So the twine is more for like texture and dimension, just to add that extra texture to it. And I think that it turned out really cute with me doing that. So I'm just going to trim it, and then add a little bit of Dab hot glue to secure it down to the bottom. And all of this is underneath. And then I was like, it needs something else. What else can I do? So then I flip it over and I end up adding um, another piece of twine. And I don't think it's not in frame. I hope I get it in frame here in a minute. um Goodness. So I just take and okay, first I'm singeing off all the hairs, the extra flyaways. And to give it really nice thing. Okay, so I am going to show you. So this is me just last minute thing here, and I put it through all three of those, and then I'm going to pull a little extra. Oh yeah, I get in frame. And then I'm going to tie it into a knot, and then I just pull it tightly, and I feel like this really helped it. And then I tie it again in a knot, and then a cute little bow. Simple, but yet so beautiful, and I love how this turned out as well. And I do let it drip down a little bit so that you can see it, and I do put the fire on that as well, because some of this twine just gets so frizzy and hairy and stuff, and then it also gives it that burnt effect to it, like that really charred look, and it makes it even more rustic, and it's so cute. Y'all, let me know in the description box or in the comments below which one is your favorite. I will have the playlist in my description box. Don't forget to check them out. And remember, be someone sunshine. Bye, y'all.